Bethany Gordon just trying to restore some kind of control here for Canberra United. Markowski very nearly favoured Heyman. The clearance into a teammate from Western United. Very open start to this round 19 clash. 19th game of the season for Canberra, the 20th for Western. So as I mentioned, they really need to get rolling here. Here's Sally James. So that debut for Canberra way back December 2020 against Adelaide. She returned to Tony Jagranek's side this year after a couple of seasons with Melbourne City and then last year with Perth. Chloe Lincoln going the other way after she spent 3 seasons in green, moving to Western this year. And Robers, speaking of players against their old sides, Emma Robers, another one of those here tonight. Grand finalist with Western United, a couple of seasons with the green and black, 34 appearances. And a couple of goals in that stint. See there, Taranto skipping away that free kick. Taranto, who made her return a couple of months ago from an ACL injury after just 10 months on the sideline. Sasha Grove, another ex-Canberra player, nudging it inside. Canberra with a chance to break here through Christopherson, who is quick. And she's delivering an early ball. Heyman will track it down. Both sides throwing a bit of caution to the wind here early on. You could say decent conditions for football here tonight in Tarneit. 22 degrees. Does generally get a little bit windy, but fairly still at the moment. And a beautiful autumn afternoon. Is a wonderful time of the year, autumn. Just starts to get a little bit cooler. Well, maybe if you're in Sydney, it's a different state of affairs, of course. That clash tomorrow. Western Sydney postponed in the Ninja A-League due to the heat predicted. Having one last final hurrah. Mircic and Diakis. And Zimmerman able to nudge it inboard. Asen with the clearance away. This time Liz Anton with the defensive work. The New Zealand international. Grove and Legazzo. Able to find space with ease at the moment. Amy Medwin is driving, and Sally James with a little slip. And she got a touch here. I think she has got a touch. It did look to be going wide, the strike from Amy Medwin, so not sure if Sally James had to get a touch, but whether it was just a slip that forced her into having to push the ball over the goal line. Grace Marsh is going to like the look of that corner flag in terms of, well, it's a very good looking corner flag. The wind as well, direction is going to favour the in-swinger on the left boot. And she decides just to play it short. And Canberra initially dealing with it pretty well. And here's a delivery that was very, very dangerous. That very nearly curled its way inside that far post, and Mircic was making a good run as well. Western United asking all the early questions early on in this one. Have a look at the shape on this. No surprises from Grace Maher. Seen her score many goals from distance. From the corner as well. Picked off by Markowski. And Christopherson appeals for a free kick, and some serious frustration from Christopherson. Western United aren't worrying about that though. Bethany Gordon profiting now for Canberra. And Heyman leaves it for the gold medal winner in the NPL Victoria last year, Markowski. Spent the season with Bulleen before heading back into the Ninja A-League. First season with Canberra United. Taranto. Eggersvik. Again, Medwin allowed time, and she is not going to turn down that opportunity to shoot again. They've got to be careful of the Tasmanian, because if they keep giving her opportunities like this, she's eventually going to get the radar locked on. Keane somehow was able to wriggle away, initially away from Grace Maher, and earn the throw. Markowski. There's a concern here for Kiwa Hieda, who making her first Ninja A-League start of 2025. She hasn't started since they were beaten 8-2 by Brisbane back on December 29. And she's grabbing at a left knee here. So is Kat Smith going to be forced into an early shuffling of the deck here? Just see her going down. And extremely innocuous moment, which sometimes is a little more concerning. So should be getting the test done on that knee. And Western United for the moment down to 10. Zimmerman giving chase in this foot race with Anton. Really burst on to the A-League women's scene, did Catherine Zimmerman with Melbourne Victory. Was with them from 2020 to 2023, but since 2022, just injuries have really crippled her. So fingers crossed she's able to get a good run at it now. She's had her fair share of bad luck. Heyman, shoulder to shoulder with Mircic, and rolls it out. Bethany Gordon, basically an open goal. And Canberra United, after soaking up all the early pressure, have a priceless lead on the road. And it's Bethany Gordon with her first A-League women's goal since March of 2023. And she's on the board for Canberra United. wow, Lincoln just got herself in an absolute mess there. And just opened the door, and Bethany Gordon, she could not have asked for a better opportunity to score a first goal for Canberra. So her third Ninja A-League goal. Her first, as I mentioned, since March of 2023 when she was with Western Sydney. She actually scored a brace that day. So maybe Bethany Gordon, she's found that goal-scoring touch. She can go on and do something similar to what she did a couple of years ago. But wow, Western United, you would say, started this match a little brighter, but now they're behind. So Western United staring down the barrel, early days, must be noted, early days, but staring down the barrel, 3 straight defeats, and they lose tonight. They could be out of the top 6 by the end of the weekend. They're currently sitting 4th coming into this match. They could well be out of the top 6 by the end of the weekend, and that's important to note. There's a match running concurrently with this one, Central Coast and Perth Glory. If the Mariners win that, well, Western United on the live ladder would be dumped down to 6th, and Brisbane Roar, they are playing on Sunday against the Jets. If they win that match, Western United, they're going to be outside the top 6. Wellington as well, they have got a match against Sydney tomorrow. It could get even worse for Western. It's incredible to think that they could go from 4th to 8th based on a loss here tonight. But there's enough time for them to turn that around. They won't be thinking about that at this point in time. Heyman. What a huge inclusion for Canberra. Not in the starting team the last 2 matches, didn't play against City. A 1-1 draw for Canberra in that one, which is an impressive result considering you would say arguably their best player not in the team. And then off the bench against Melbourne, victory in a match they lost 2-0. Good width here being offered by Christopherson. Sasha Grove holding her at arm's length. Robers curling it back in towards the penalty spot. Anton just looks overhit, and it is beneficially though for Canberra. It will be a throw for Western, so they're pinned right back inside their defensive third here. Canberra can try and enforce a bit of a squeeze here via the press, and they've done exactly that. 18 Keane wins it back. And able to get the cross in. And that's a solid grab from Chloe Lincoln. And Western United move it quickly. Well, they tried to. Medwin just sprays that wide of the target. So good to see Hieda back running again. She is okay. Caitlin Williams. Let's just stop play for a moment. Is there a second ball on the field? It's been sorted out. Malone. Kowski finding Taylor Young. Keane. And Mergic just slipping. So Keane will be able to track this down. Taylor Young in some space. She just slips at the key moment. So a few players just losing their footing in the last few moments. And Aysen dropping it back to her goalkeeper. Markovski. And Christopherson has just got enough of a touch to hold the ball up inside the sideline. But her old teammate, Sasha Grove, comes across. That's going to be a good little duel tonight. Two youngsters, 20-year-old Christopherson and Sasha Grove, also 20 years of age. Sasha Grove, the only player from Western United to have appeared every minute this season. Experienced head at the back for Canberra, the New Zealand international, Liz Anton. Played every minute of their most recent friendlies in Costa Rica. A win for the Football Ferns and a draw across their two matches, a 1-0 win and a 1-1 draw. Good result for them. So things have just got a little sloppy for Western United since conceding. They came out with a lot of confidence. It's just been goals that they've leaked this season, which has been a real concern for them. Worst defence in the competition, despite sitting fourth. And you can pinpoint a number of score lines. The 8-2 against Brisbane, 5-1 against Western Sydney, 5-1 against City, 4-1 against Victory, 3-0 against Perth to a lesser extent. They've just had matches where they just really leaked goals, and they have been so inconsistent. They have not achieved back-to-back wins. They have not even achieved back-to-back draws. And last week was the first time they've had a back-to-back of any result. And unfortunately for them, it was two losses on the bounce. 2-1 against Victory, and then last week 3-0 against Perth. Two of those goals scored by the Glory with Julia Sardo sent off. So they were down to 10 players, Western. They were creating some chances to fight their way back from that 1-0 deficit. Taranto. And Diakis returning it to Taranto. Now Eggersvik. You can hear the message from Kat Smith, wanting the shape for Western United. Big concern for them as well is obviously that loss of Carly Johnson. Well and truly in the Golden Boot calculations. And at this point in the season, you only have to look as far as Sydney FC to see what can happen when you don't have someone scoring goals for you. And that's what Western United are going to have to find late on in the piece. Catherine Zimmerman could be that player, but as we mentioned, she has been on an extended injury layoff with that broken collarbone. 6 weeks out. Markowski tried to stab it over the top towards Gordon. Chested across by Zimmerman. That was a neat piece of build-up. Allows Taranto some space. Cuts it back towards Zimmerman. Does she have a teammate? She does. Eggersvik places it just wide. Well, that was promising. That is Western United's best moment of the night so far. It was beautifully worked, and it deserved a goal to finish it all off. Scored on the 31st of January against Western Sydney. Did Eggersvik. A player who's been in the Norwegian First Division over previous years. Did spend some time in the Third Division as well. And previously in the English Championship with Charlton Athletic. Her first season in the A-League Women's. Big opportunity here for Western from the corner. So another short corner from Western. Taranto's delivery is a good one, and the ball somehow ends up over the goal. It looked like that could have gone anywhere. It was such a great delivery from Adriana Taranto. It was put on the perfect spot. Sally James had problems trying to punch it. But Canberra quickly down the other end. Keane goes to ground just on the edge of the box. And you can hear the protestations from Kat Smith. She is asking why Sasha Grove would leave the ball if she was the last to touch it. And you can understand why, because Sasha Grove would have played out of here. If she knew she was the last to touch it, she didn't anyway. It's a corner. Canberra, big moment. Asen getting an opportunity right in the middle of the 6-yard box. It's a problem, though, for Western United. Looks like Miocic just in this little grapple. Well, it's a clear foul from Heyman. Just wonder whether there's any kind of whiplash there. It looked as though Heyman had a fair grab of Miocic's shirt, but then almost sort of released at the back end. It looks as though, yeah, there's a little bit of whiplash here. Here it is. As she goes to the ground, there it is. And Michelle Heyman, I think she was just a bit confused with what was going on. She must have felt like there wasn't much doing.
Let's go, we get ready.
So Miocic coming to the sideline. And you can hear Michelle Heyman. She's basically said, ref, it's not a drinks break. Come on, let's get going. Well, to be honest, she makes a very good point. I'm wondering the same thing. That's been at least a minute, even after Miocic left the field. And Miocic is waiting to come back on. It is a little confusing. They do want to make sure that Miocic was ready to basically come straight back onto the field, but she was ready for at least the last 40 seconds. It was a bit confusing why they were wasting even more time, because they are the team behind in this match. Zimmerman. And Diakis. Great endeavour from Keane. So last time these sides met earlier in the season, it was a 2-1 win for Canberra, January 11. Zimmerman opened the scoring for Western before an own goal from Miocic, and Christopherson won it for Canberra United. So could it be potentially Western who come from a goal down to claim victory? Trying to turn the tables tonight. Heyman looks up, sees Keane, knows the space that was in behind there and the pace that Keane has as well. Just couldn't find the right pass through the Western back line. Diakis and Taranto in a one-on-one situation. Very dangerous, Adriana Taranto. A cut back straight to Malone, and Canberra able to work their way out of a little spot of bother there. When they have had time to compose themselves in build-up, Western United, they have looked very, very dangerous. Here is another moment for them. Hieda on the outside of Taylor Young. And, well, it's going to be a goal kick. The assistant took forever to make the decision. And it's a goal kick, the decision. You can just feel the tension around this match. Now, well, I think maybe it just came off the back of the ankle there of Hayley Taylor-Young. So maybe Canberra get away with one there. But you can just sense the tension around this match. It just feels like it's amped up a little more than maybe a match would be. Say it was in the middle of the season. Both sides can smell the finals. Just over a month away. This is a Canberra free kick. You can hear plenty of chat. You can hear plenty of it. So Canberra have got 4 matches left after this. They've got Sydney FC next weekend. Then away to Perth, home to Wellington, away to Western Sydney. Western have got an away trip to Newcastle, then Adelaide and Wellington. So there's some big fixtures to come for both sides, but right here, right now, two sides battling it out for the top 6. It doesn't get any bigger than this in the run home. Diakis. And Rovers calmly finding Sally James. Medwin. And Hieda turns it to Medwin, dropping into that right fullback role tonight with Sardo suspended. He's playing further up, of course, in that match in Perth. Good touch from Medwin. Takes us centrally. Able to link with Legazzo. The cross is a little deep, but it will find Taranto. Has time here. Finds Diakis. Looking for that opening. Legazzo has been a source of goals for them this season. Tempted the 1-2 with Zimmerman. Nudges it to Taranto. And Christopherson, that's excellent work from Sophia Christopherson. Really got a body in a great position there. And wins that duel. with Adriana Taranto, who had her number on a couple of occasions earlier in this match. But it's Christopherson who comes out on top there.
Let's go. 4v4, go on, man.
Christopherson looking for likes of Heyman and Keane, but too heavy and through to Lincoln. Back from the US, Chloe Lincoln, after being part of that Matilda's squad in the She Believes Cup. Taranto away from Rovers. She has Christopherson just nipping at her heels, and it was enough pressure to force a rushed pass. Great touch from Grove to kill the ball, but then the pass not finding its intended target. So just a little look at, things are going to get very, very interesting for Western United, because Canberra United's lead here, coupled with the Mariners' lead now against Perth Glory. They lead 1-0, the Mariners. And on the live ladder, Western United are dropping like a stone towards the base of the top 6. As it stands currently, they are 6th on the table. And remember, they only have 3 matches to come after this. There's teams around them with 4 and 5, 6 potentially for Brisbane. Sasha Grove stopped by an excellent challenge. And Emma Robers this time unable to get on the end of it. And Taranto, was there enough for a free kick? Not according to Caitlin Williams, and Sally James out to pick it up. Markovski. For a moment it looked inviting for Keane. Just curled towards Miocic though. So just to finish off on that point before, Brisbane Roar, they've still got 6 matches to play this season, Western 3 after tonight. So that's the kind of predicament they're in. They are running out of matches quickly, and the sides around them still have some games in hand on them. So that's why this one is probably more critical for Western tonight, and they get something out of it. Final 9 minutes of regulation time in this first half. Taranto. And it is a Canberra throw. Well, dude, you've just got to love it. The desperation for absolutely every decision. The heat is on. Markovski around the outside, has Heyman in the middle. Well done by Sasha Grove, especially to ensure it's only a throw and not a corner kick. The duel's basically dead level. nearing half time. Western United fans trying to inspire their side here in the lead up to half-time. Amy Medwin, she has got some speed and she's being allowed space to run into. Diakis leaves it for Taranto, who just goes for goal, trying to catch Sally James, a little unawares. And for a moment, just a moment, it looks as though it was just skipping off the turf. James had to quickly get down to her left. Zimmerman cannot track that pass down. Well, Canberra United, they will not be feeling safe by any stretch. They've struggled for goals this season. They've also struggled to kill off matches. 6 draws, but 4 of those in the last 6 matches, and 3 of their last 4 have been 1-1 draws. Legazzo trying to go around the outside of Asen. Now Heyman tempted into a foot race, but deciding that Grace Maher was well positioned. Legazzo measured that pass to Hieda, but Liz Anton putting some serious pressure on. Now Taylor Young slipping it in behind for 18 Keane, who is just offside. Looked clear on first glance. And that's the frustration for Canberra, is she only needed to be probably a further metre back. She had the pace. We know how quick 18 Keane is. Zimmerman. And Legazzo. And you heard her thoughts on that pass, Chloe Legazzo. It has been that kind of first half for Western United. They've had some bright moments, but it's Canberra United through one very limited opportunity. They haven't had many. And Grove, her pass picked off by Anton. Lovely turn from Diakis, and shooting, body on the line stuff. Well, she's been everywhere for Canberra defensively, Liz Anton. And we will have a look back at that. The flag comes up here for a foul, it would seem. There was a coming together. Lovely release for Hieda. Stabbing it into the path of Zimmerman, but Liz Anton again. So here it was, Keane, because though she just may have got a stud on the boot there of Grace Maher. So delivery, lovely delivery. Sally James has to come out and punch. Ooh. Almost a rugby tackle attempted there on Christopherson, and it came to absolutely no avail. And Christopherson just grabbing at her mouth. I just wonder whether it may have drawn a bit of blood here. No, apologies if you heard that language, but Christopherson, don't know whether she got an arm in the mouth from Legazo. Have a look over. Here it was. Look at this. That was it there. The left arm across the mouth. Just feel like the frustration for Western is evident, and you can understand why, because the goals in recent matches, well, they've dried up. They've scored just one goal in almost 3.5 matches, including this one, and that came against Melbourne Victory. And that was an own goal. And that was scored by Emily Gilnick from memory in that 2-1 defeat to Melbourne Victory. So Sydney FC, the last time, back on the 9th of February, more than a month ago, that they have had a player that scored a goal. And that was Legazo and Carly Johnson, who scored in that 2-1 win over Sydney FC at Leichhardt Oval. Robers. With Christopherson, but Taranto just winning back possession. That's a lovely bit of work again from Taranto. Oh, Zimmerman, down she goes. No whistle from the referee. Would have been a good area for Western. Now the header from Mijicic to Eggersvik, who had one of Western's better chances in this first half. Ma and Taranto. Well, speaking about Christopherson v Grove, but Christopherson v Taranto is fascinating as well. And Legazo just wasn't there in the nick of time because Darcy Malone was across, but now it's Ma again. Finding a captain. Diakis is shooting, getting a deflection. Is this going to earn a corner? It will for Western. So stoppage time is very much just seconds away. It's 2 minutes of additional time. Can Western find a goal in the dying embers of this first half? It would be huge for them. After a frustrating half to this point, that is a great delivery. Markowski initially got it away and then flashes across the face of goal. It's a foot race here between Taylor Young and Medwin. And it's a throw for Western. Taranto got great whip on the delivery, and it was Markowski who almost headed it back into Anton and potentially for an own goal. Pieta. Taylor Young was a brick wall stopping her, and then Diakis, and now it affords Michelle Heyman the opportunity to knock a ball over the top. And 18 Keane is offside again. So they've executed the trap again there. Western United. Now you can hear Chloe Legazo again barking out instructions. She is cutting a frustrated figure. Eggersvik and Zimmerman. Diakis let it run on to Grove. This would probably be one of the final chances of this first half. Taranto has numbers to aim for in the middle. She tries to go for goal herself. It was blocked off by Malone. Taranto back onto the left. Great run from Taranto. Lagazzo missed it initially. Medwin with a chance. Oh, the deflection is cleared away by Asen. Well, Canberra getting very fortunate there with basically one of the final plays of this first half. And that will be half-time at Ironbark Fields, and Western United will be wondering what they have to do to score. They have had chances to equalise in this first half, but it is Bethany Gordon's first goal in 2 years in the A-League Women's. The difference between these two sides at halftime, Michelle Heyman has made a noticeable difference for Canberra United in her first start for the side since international duty with the Matildas. Halftime in Tarneit. It's Western United 0, Canberra United 1. And let's reflect back on the highlights from the first half. And Canberra United very much against the run of play. This opportunity came about. Michelle Heyman holding it up, and then Lincoln having a bit of a nightmare. The Western United goalkeeper. She's much better than this. Just opened it up for Gordon and said, well, here you go. Here's an open goal. And Bethany Gordon, who hadn't scored since 2023, said, thank you very much. And Canberra United into that 1-0 advantage, but Western United, wow, they had some chances and some really well-worked opportunities as well. Taranto was excellent. This is the moment for Eggersvik. Had time to place that. That would have beaten Sally James. That would have been 1-1 for the Philippines international. And then in the shadows of halftime, the chances just kept coming. Taranto really testing out Sally James. That was a moment where Zimmerman thought for a moment she was in the game. It ballooned up and over the goal. And literally right before halftime, a great opportunity missed by Western. And despite having all the possession, despite having 4 times as many shots, more passes, better passing accuracy, the stat that matters is the scoreboard, and it's Canberra United leading 1-0. And as it stands currently, if this scoreline remains, and the scoreline remains on the Central Coast, Western United will fall from 4th to 6th on the Ninja A-League ladder. And potentially by the end of the round, they could fall to as low as 8th after starting the round in 4th place. Halftime, it's Western United 0, Canberra United 1. Welcome back to Ironbark Fields, where it is Canberra United leading Western United 1-0 in what is a 6-pointer in the race for the Ninja A-League top 6. Now tomorrow, another crucial match. Wellington Phoenix, they are taking on the defending champions Sydney FC. It's a must-win encounter for the Kiwis' top 6 hopes. Here's Narlene Masto and two-time Sydney FC champion Teresa Polias with their preview of the Leichhardt Oval clash.
On Saturday evening, strap up for a matchup between Sydney FC and Wellington Phoenix at Leichhardt Oval. Now, Teresa, unfortunately for the Sky Blues, weren't able to pick up a win. You've been a captain of this club for so many years. What would be your main message to the team to try and boost some sort of confidence?
Yeah, look, they're more than aware that it's been a very poor season for them, and Nat Tobin did mention post-game last round that the fans continued to show up, you know, whether they're at the top or the bottom. So that's what it's about now, and I think they need to get out there, show pride and put in 100% effort for their fans.
I feel like some of the players, and perhaps Ante Juric as well, will have one eye on next season. What areas do you think they need to strengthen on to improve? Look,
I definitely think they need to look into adding an out-and-out goal scorer to the ranks. Perhaps they'll also look to add some experience in their goalkeeping stocks. And look, after a poor season, it'll be really interesting to see what player attention they do have, and they may even use it as an opportunity to do a massive rebuild.
It's going to be tough against a Wellington Phoenix side who got back to winning ways, and they didn't just win in style, but it was a comeback victory as well. How much confidence do you think that will give this side, knowing that their subs can make a difference in that second half?
Yeah, and look what a timely win it was for them. So wins like that are so character building. So that's exactly what they needed at this point in terms of where they are on the ladder. They really need some points to stay in touch with the 6. So perhaps now there'll be a few shifts in the lineup after that win, and we saw Paul Temple do that shake up way back in Unite round, and it paid off, and that was the start of a really good run for them. So perhaps this will be the same towards a finals push.
I'm sure, however, that poor Temple may be a little bit frustrated that his side haven't managed to keep a clean sheet in their last 8 games. We know that it is a good defence that wins you titles. So how can they turn that around to try and close that gap between them and the top 6?
Yeah, look, they have looked shaky defensively at times, and I think that comes down to pressure and perhaps a lack of confidence. So for me, it all comes down to them needing to start scoring and winning games to rebuild that and rebuild that resolute defence that they once had. And I think the win that they had at the weekend will be the start for that.
Well, this is sure to be an absolute cracker. Let's see if Wellington can back it up with another victory. Be sure to tune in on Paramount Plus or 10 Play.
Well, winning on the road has been tricky for Wellington Phoenix this season, travelling across the Tasman in pursuit of points. Here's the Knicks fullback Lara Wall on Balancing Football with a career in another edition of Ninja Express.
Normally when I tell people I'm a professional footballer, they kind of just go, really? And because I have another job, they definitely think it's a hobby on the side, and I often have to tell them, no, like, this is my main focus, my main job. But yeah, they definitely are a bit surprised. My favourite A-League goal would probably be the last time we played at home against Newcastle. Manaya got an Olympico goal in the last few minutes of the game to win us the game, and yeah, it was awesome.
It's in the back of the net, the goalkeeper's gone. It's Manaya Elliott who scores direct from the corner.
I would describe myself as a fullback who loves to get forward. I'm very attacking, but also, yeah, like to pride myself in my defence as well.
Hang this towards the back post, and the header is in the back of the net. Well, a delightful finish.
Something unexpected that I've definitely learned on the field, since joining the A-League would be that the travel and the heat conditions in Australia are something you can't really prepare for until you've actually played in them. Definitely the first few games it took some adjusting, but once I had played them, I was kind of more used to it, and yeah. If I wasn't a footballer, I would be a structural engineer, which is what I do in my time that I don't spend playing football. So yeah, I really enjoy that, and it's really cool to do something, use my brain other than using it for football.
Well, welcome back to Ironbark Fields in Tarneet. No, you are not seeing things. The lights have gone out here. Now, this has happened before. And I'm hoping, I think we're all hoping that there's not a delay here. Well, there is going to be some kind of a delay because the lights have gone out. So the fans are able to enjoy some more snacks in this extended halftime in what is the first night of Pride celebration round. You can see those wonderful rainbow socks that Western United are wearing. Corner flags as well, kitted out, but there's some serious business for them to do in this second half, Western. Now, Caitlin Williams has just put one finger to the air and said 1 minute and the lights will be back on. Well, she's got that right. The lights are back on and we're ready to go here in Tarneet. And they did not want a delay, especially with after what happened the other night in the A-League men's in Melbourne with that storm rolling through, a 1 hour delay in that match. And you can see change has been made for Canberra United. So Tegan Bertolicio replacing Sophia Christopherson. So a straight switch that from how they started against Melbourne Victory last weekend. It was Bertolicio who started it right back and Christopherson who came off the bench. So we're back underway after a little delay due to the lights going out here at Ironbark Fields. And it's Bethany Gordon's first goal in the A-League Women's in 2 years, which is the difference at the moment. But Western United, well, they certainly have created their fair share of opportunities. It's really just about taking them. The problem is, who is it that's going to finish it off for them? Because Carly Johnson, their leading goal scorer, is of course in Canada now. Big loss for Western United. Chloe Lagazzo, though, has scored 7 times this season. But maybe Catherine Zimmerman is the player they can look to, the experienced striker, but she's lacking match time as well and a bit of sharpness. So Lagazzo in a shoulder-to-shoulder here with Markowski. And you can hear the frustration just continuing to build for Western. Hang on a second, there's another problem for Western. There's problems popping up all over the place for Western. Firstly, the frustration. Now, Taranto, please tell me that this is, I just hope that this is nothing too sinister. Oh, there it is. It looks as though maybe she's just been clipped by Bertolicio on the way through. So just the ankle, which is, well, no injury is wanted at any point, but I think it's better if it's just a knock picked up by that, what looked to be a bit of incidental contact rather than anything else, because Adriana Taranto, she made that return from an ACL injury after 10 months out. It was a speedy recovery, and it was a welcome recovery for Western United. But she's a little bit sore. So Taranto looks as though she's going to try and run it out. Here it was, so it's just Bertolicio. And literally just, it looked as though Bertolicio was trying to avoid Taranto and may have just thought that she had avoided her, and it was just a trailing leg that clipped the ankle of Taranto. This is only going to help Canberra United.
Mate, stay inside, mate.
Well, it's a beautiful night. A beautiful night here in Melbourne. Is that the blood moon? Is that right? Here in Melbourne tonight. Michelle Heyman. Here's Markowski. Unfortunately, we don't have a meteorologist expert with us tonight in co-commentary. But it's certainly got a blood moon look to it tonight in Tarneet.
Collapse.
It is a full moon tonight. And apparently the moon is partway through a lunar eclipse. It's going to be the first of 2 lunar eclipses to occur this year. So there you go. And I'm stepping right out of the meteorology chair and back into the football after that. Here is Amy Medwin. Sasha Grove has been excellent for Western United this season. As I mentioned, played every minute. She's been great tonight as well. Great delivery. Western United deserve that. Kiwa Hieda back into the starting side. Her first goal of the season. And that is exactly what the doctor ordered for Western United. And they have threatened, and they finally get their reward. And no surprises that it's Taranto with that beautiful delivery. And Hieda, who scored 3 times in her debut A-League women's season, gets her first of this season after being promoted to the starting side for the first time since the turn of the new year. And she rewards Kat Smith for the faith she showed in her. And we're back at 1-1. Canberra United's favourite scoreline. Western United, though, will feel the visitors are here for the taking, because they have created some great chances. Their build-up has been excellent on occasion tonight, and that was a wonderfully worked goal. And Sasha Grove was one of the key architects of that attacking foray, linking with Taranto. Edwin put under some pressure now. Hayley Taylor-Young, just in the nick of time. Eggersvik getting across to clear it over the sideline. Well, they didn't need that, Western, because Canberra have had very few chances this match tonight. Western finally making the most of one of theirs. They've had a litany of them. And this is running away from Bertolicio. Will be a goal kick. But for Western United tonight, 3 points is very much their requirement, because they've only got 3 matches remaining. So they get 3 competition points tonight. They go up to 29. It wouldn't seal a final spot, but it would go very close to doing so. But right now they're defending, and Keane is asking for a handball. And Caitlin Williams is saying, no, it's just a corner. Well, this is going to be intriguing to see the replay. Natural position here for Grove. Yeah. It was in front of the body. Definitely hit the arm, but it was in front of the body, so no issue there, but could be some issues here as Malone's delivery. It is 2-1. They are back in front, Canberra United. And it's Madison Asen, the American, with her first Ninja A-League goal. And no sooner had Western United got themselves back level, Canberra United returned to the lead. And it was the ace at the back post. Comes up trumps for Canberra United. Madison Asen Played for the Houston Dash in the NWSL last year, made one appearance in that competition. Made the move to Australia for her first season down under. And she's put Canberra back into a 2-1 lead. So Western with the hard work to do once again. And how frustrating is that for Western? They did all the hard work. Canberra barely had a chance. They've barely had a chance outside of the 2 goals they've scored. They have been ruthlessly efficient tonight. The team in lime green. And Aysen with a little bit of pep in her step. Got a lot of potential. Madison Aysen, 24 years of age, was a 100-metre sprinter in her junior days. So extremely quick. That's very helpful as a defender. And now Keane driving her shot at the near post. Just got a little awkward for Lincoln. So the Western United bench warming up. They've got Chiara Di Demizio. They've got Sandra Abargoin, Mel Taranto, Alana Cern. Delaste, the backup goalkeeper as well, the options for Kat Smith. Medwin with the angle just being cut off by Taylor Young. Decided to unleash on goal. Now it looks as though we're getting a change. So Stanic Floody is going to replace 18 Keane. So this will require a little bit of a reshuffle. Stanic Floody, of course, not a wide player. So Keane has toiled hard. A little bit frustrated though she leaves the field. So we'll just see how things pan out here for Canberra. You just wonder whether, even though there is a bit over half an hour to go, whether Antoni Jagaranek is just trying to provide a little bit more solidity defensively. But Diakis angles it through. Zimmerman has Lagazzo in the middle. And it was enough of a touch from Anton. Taranto on the volley. And could it get it on target? But Chloe Lagazzo, she was in a great position there. If Liz Anton didn't get a touch, Lagazzo potentially would have equalised for Western. And then Taranto just flaying that strike wide of goal. And Taylor Young afforded the space here by the misjudgment of Medwin. Miocic comes across to mop up for Western. Heyman dinking it back to Taylor Young. His cross is sprayed a little bit behind its intended target. Now the cross stabbed back by Heyman. Gordon put Canberra ahead in the first half. Malone. Bertolicio, the halftime substitute. Markovski. And the cutback favours Western. Rovers. And Malone. It was Western who controlled much of possession in the first half. Canberra trying to put their foot on the ball here. Make Western United chase a little. Anton. Third Alicia having to chase it down, and attempted first time cross, scuffed to Sasha Grove. So, wow, what a turnaround in the other game. What is going on at the moment with the Mariners? There's a bit of a question. 3 losses in a row, potentially 4 after it looked as though they were just turning the corner, the Central Coast. Medwin's cross is very easy pickings for Sally James. So the Mariners are down 2-1 against Perth Glory. So all of a sudden, Perth Glory are hauling themselves back into this finals race, and that's a result which will please Western United as it stands currently. But let's be honest, Western United are staring down the barrel of 3 straight defeats. And they know that they need to turn their form around. They will know they don't deserve to be playing finals if they can't pick up their form and results between now and the end of the season. Lagazzo is going to earn a free kick, and Markovski a yellow card. Well, it's just a cynical foul from Markovski. Is there a dislocated finger for Lagazzo? Just trying to get that sorted. It looks a painful one. Physio trying to deal with that and put the finger back in. So Western down to 10. Asen, the player who put Canberra United back in front in this second half after Hieda got Western United back level. Stanic Floody driving forward. Markovski bounces it. Taylor Young striking and just using her power and strength, upper body strength, just to nudge Medwin away from the ball. Lagazzo back onto the pitch after getting that finger tended to. All problem here for Bertolicio, has slipped, gifted the ball to Sasha Grove. Angles the pass as Grove. The delivery, a good one. Lagazzo doesn't quite get there before James. There is still so much time for Western United. So much time for the green and black. It's the first time Canberra have scored multiple goals in 5 matches. January 25, the last time they scored more than 1 goal in a game. And that was a 2-2 draw with Newcastle. Asen. And that is a poor pass from Maya Markovski. Trying to make up for her mistake. Zimmerman! Oh, that is top draw from Catherine Zimmerman. After getting over that fractured collarbone, she has thumped that one into the top corner. And what a way to get Western United back level. No one is stopping that. Zimmerman's 4th of the season. We're asking whether she would step up with Carly Johnson heading to Canada. Well, she has delivered the American. And for the second time tonight, Western United come back from a goal down to get themselves back on level terms. And you cannot say they don't deserve it, but Canberra now. Heyman, surely not again. Michelle Heyman. Oh, it was that close. It was that close to Canberra going back in front. Well, Western, what is going on? They hit the snooze button as soon as they get themselves back level. And Eggersvik's reaction says it all. Puffs out the cheeks, thinking we got away with one there. Well, what an enthralling spectacle this is turning out to be. Stanic Floody now. Oh, Stanic Floody! Canberra are back in front. Bombs are raining in from everywhere at Ironbark Fields tonight. Mary Stanic Floody with another cracking goal this season. And for the third time tonight, Canberra are in front. And for the second time, they're back in front after conceding just minutes before. It was 3 minutes the first time. 90 seconds it took them to get back in front this time. What a crazy match in Tarneet. Well, you remember that goal she scored in Unite round against Perth Glory, Stanic Floody. She can pull one out of her locker. Yada, who scored Western's first goal, and Ibarguen is into the game, her first appearance since the 5th of February. And I'm told she has been training, so just not selected in Colombian Youth International. So maybe this is her chance to prove a point. Well, they did listen.
No, but she gave it the other way. Okay, I'm just trying to get over the crowd.
Don't you love the conversation between the fourth official and Antoni Jagaranak? And if you didn't hear it, fourth official Isabella Cooper basically said to him, "You don't need to yell." And he said, "Well, I need to yell to get over the sound of the crowd." He's still having a conversation with the fourth official. Oh, it's funny. Coaches and fourth officials, there's always some interesting conversations that go on between them on the sideline. So Michelle Heyman down to the byline. Great endeavour from Bethany Gordon. Corner on the way now. Just going back through the stats this season. So this is the first time since round 1 that Canberra have scored 3 goals in a match, and that was 3-2. They beat Brisbane Raw. So Emma Robers has been with Western the last 2 seasons, taking the corner short. Stanic Floody, delivery, dangerous. Heyman stooping and appeals for a penalty. Heyman is saying every time I'm being grabbed in the box. Let's have a look. Oh, well, oh, wow. Well, Miocic is very lucky, in my opinion. Very lucky. Because she basically tried to tackle Heyman around the waist. So maybe Western get away with one there. Ibarguen in a foot race with Anton. Well, don't you just love this time of the year? Just over a month until finals. Pressure ramping up. Top 6 ambitions at stake. Referee doing up a shoelace. It's getting tense here in Tarneet. There's a corner on the way for Western United. It's season on the line stuff for them. 3 matches remaining, 4th coming into this match. It could drop out of the top 6. And if the result doesn't go their way, there are goals raining in everywhere tonight. We'll get to that in a moment, because Mars taking the corner. The header flicked on by Lagazo at the near post. It flashes across the face of goal. So Mariners and Perth Glory are 2-2 now. This is 67 minutes gone in that match. So we just see this corner. Lagazo almost nodding that one into the top corner. And Heyman, well, you heard all that on the effects, Mike. You heard that all play out. So Heyman was told by her coach, Jagaranek, stay out of it because you're offside. And she did stay out of it to allow Taylor Young to continue the run, and the flag went up anyway. So the judgment from the assistant referee was that Heyman was involved in play. Was in close enough proximity. Well. Just over 20 to go. Groves' delivery, a tricky one. Asen clearing it away. So the Mariners 2-2 with Perth, and in the A-League men's game, Adelaide and MacArthur 5 goals in the first half of that one. So it is a goal fest tonight, and here's Western United, an opportunity. There is an opportunity here for Western to get this back to 3 apiece. So here it was. So Heyman, she did get very close to the ball, to be fair to her. She did get very, very close to the ball. So Grace Maher, specialist, set piece specialist. We had Zimmerman's spectacular goal. Stanic Flighty replied at the other end. Does Grace Maher have something to say? Or maybe Taranto. Adriana Taranto could well have something to say here. It favours the left foot of Maher, and it's Maher taking, and it is James who has to push it up and over the bar. Great shape from Grace Maher against her old team. 70 appearances and 12 goals for Canberra over 7 seasons. Is there one against them here from the corner? James came, didn't get there. What's the decision here? Goal kick. Well, Sally James came out flapping and did not get a touch on the corner kick. Here it was. If that's on target, the header from Taranto. It's 3-3. Heyman. Sticked over the top by Bertolicio. Egersvik to Lincoln. Well, the fans are loving it tonight at Tarneet. Plenty of noise coming from the Western Active support group. They would love another fight back from their team. They've already come back from a goal down on 2 occasions. Can they do it for a 3rd time? Taranto. Down she goes. No whistle. Legazzo. And Medwin. Medwin has had multiple chances tonight, Amy Medwin, from strikes outside the box. Now Taylor Young gets on her outside, but Medwin continues the chase. Curves this pass into the path of Heyman Miocic. Excellent work. Under pressure from the Matilda Heyman. Change forthcoming. No, it's just a talking to here for Canberra United, just to ensure they are not delaying. It's getting to that time of the game, the visiting team. Final 16 minutes of regulation time. Taranto. Grove. Chiming in, has got Bertolicio for pace, but Bertolicio has the strength in that shoulder-to-shoulder battle. Two contrasting styles there. Bertolicio winning out. Good delivery. James comes and punches. And Miocic had to hurriedly get back there to prevent Markowski rushing away. Taranto taking on Bertolicio, earning another corner for Western. Here was that delivery. James just did enough with the punch. So the corners have been on the money tonight. Sally James punching it, and it actually lands on the roof of the net. A little bit of a chuckle from Sally James, but she had a heart in her mouth for a moment there, you could see. Whew. But these corners have been absolutely on point. Last time James at the back post from a Gracemar corner from this side could not get a touch. How does she deal with this one? This is to the near post. It's chaos in the box. Again, Diakis. Her strike on goal blocked. And how quickly can Canberra go here? Markowski. She looks up. Saw Lincoln off a line, but didn't have the required gunpowder to blast it over the top of Lincoln. But again, these corners causing all kinds of problems for Canberra. So the New Zealand international, Ruby Nathan, is coming on for Markowski. Five appearances and one goal for the Football Ferns. Ruby Nathan, since making her debut in 2023. Look to utilise her speed up top to try and nab a fourth on the counter-attack and maybe set the seal on a really impressive victory on the road. Oh, Sasha Grove, she sold Bertolicio there. Absolutely, Bertolicio returning. Nudge in the back of Grove. Free kick for Western United. And they don't need to be doing this, Canberra, because Western United, we've touched on it, they've got set-piece extraordinaires in their team, and they can put it on a dime. Taranto and Ma are feasting on these opportunities. They're just looking for someone to convert now. Here it is, Bertolicio did get the ball there, but just nudged Grove off balance with that outstretched arm. Well, They're about as far from the vanishing spray as Caitlin Williams would like there. So Taranto and Martz. Taranto this time, play down in the box. Lagazzo heads it into the path of Abarguin. There's a lot for the referee to keep an eye on. And Chloe Lagazzo, slow to her feet. Maybe Medwin just checking on Lagazzo. Is she grabbing at a wrist, or is it a finger issue again here? She hasn't dislocated a finger again, potentially, has she? Here it is. They're grappling in the box. Well, yeah, she's grabbed the finger. Oh, that is painful. I think she may well have dislocated a finger twice. That one looks as though it's gone in a little bit quicker. She's been in the wars tonight, the Western captain. Taranto. Medwin free, deep in the box. It's a corner for Western United. They are piling up these set pieces. When is one going to result in a goal? You just have to feel that sooner rather than later, they are going to get their third equaliser of the night. To the sound of the Viking clap. Taranto's corner. Gets the height. James gets the punch. And Medwin in a tussle with Taylor Young. It's a throw for Western. Diakis going to shape onto that left. Instead goes right, taking on Malone and Taylor Young's clearance. Now Taylor Young just harassing Medwin, but Diakis emerges with possession. Excellent turn from Diakis. Zimmerman, we've seen what she can do from this distance already. Now it's Ma driving it low. Bargowan! For the third time tonight, Western United have equalised. And it's Sandra Abarguin, the Colombian Youth International, who scores her first Ninja A-League goal after not playing in this competition for more than a month. What a return. And what a moment of inspiration. 3-3. 1-0 down, 2-1 down, 3-2 down. And every time they have pulled it back, Western United, can they go on and win it now? What a crazy, crazy match of football. And Abarguin, who was first to pounce after that deflection fell into her path. Well, what was it? 3 minutes the first time for Canberra in the second half after they conceded. And the second time it was about 90 seconds. So I think Western have survived it halving to 45 seconds. But this is still the danger period for Western. And to be fair, a draw is not what either side really wants. They want all 3 points. Mijicic, the centre-back, with a bit of a nosebleed here. Zimmerman returning it to Mijicic. Can she be the architect of a match winner potentially? She came up against another defender in Taylor Young. It's been excellent tonight. And there's that moment. Ibargo, and just too quick. Gets there in front of Sally James. And in her 7th appearance this season, she's been playing in the Liga Femenina in Colombia for the last few seasons. Deportivo Pasto last season, comes to Western United this year. Finding her feet still, you would say. And it looks as though Catherine Zimmerman's race has been run, but what a goal she produced. What a highlight from Catherine Zimmerman. She is going to have a huge part to play for Western United in their final 3 matches. And Kat Smith says top stuff. Well, it was top bins, that strike from Zimmerman. So Dita Mizio into the action. 3 A-League women goals in her career, as out comes the yellow card from Caitlin Williams. So Ibarguen going into the book, that yellow card. You just cannot take your eyes off this match. There is action wherever you look. Dita Mizio has Ibarguen on the inside, and Anton is conceding a corner. She was desperate not to, because she knows how dangerous Western United are from these situations. Does want players forward though, so they can break quickly here, Canberra, if they deal with this corner kick. Legazzo getting herself about here. Dita Mizio in there. And Caitlin Williams is coming in to have a conversation with Liz Anton and Chiara Dita Mizio. They do not want to give away a foul, Western. So Mars set piece. Again, it is right on a dime, and it's Heyman's header, which for a moment, well, I believe it was going to be called a goal kick. I think that was the referee's initial decision, but it was clearly off the head of Heyman. For a moment, Heyman had a heart in her mouth. 9 corners. Mar again at the near post. Taranto, it just got away from her. And this time it's a goal kick. Well, the only way they'd be happy with a draw, these two sides, if there was a draw in the other game. So would you believe the Mariners have come from 2-1 down. They lead that 3-2. They are 4th on the live ladder. Currently, with this 3-all scoreline, Western United stay 5th, Canberra United 7th. But there is so much to play out. So much can hinge on the next few minutes plus stoppage time. Season's on the line here. And Ruby Nathan, is she going to get there first? The deflection. Oh, it was going in slow motion, especially for Western United, that deflection. They were praying that the ball was going to go wide of the goal. And eventually it did. The season can hinge on what happens in the next 5 or so minutes. There are going to be moments. Who is going to take theirs? Anton. Measures the pass through to Heyman. Can you believe 6 goals in a game and Heyman has not scored one of them? Even Legazzo not on the score sheet for Western. D'Amizio. No goals this season. Is there one here? Deflection! It's in! It is in for Western United! 3 times they went behind. Now they've turned it all around and they lead 4-3. It is a miraculous performance. What a comeback. What resilience from the green and black. And whether it's credited to D'Amizio or it's an own goal, it will not matter for Western United. All that matters is they are in front 4-3. So it is an own goal, so it will not go down as a goal for D'Amizio. He scored in matches against Sydney and Western Sydney this season, but it won't count that one on this occasion. And Grove into Anton. Six minutes of additional time. So there is still more than enough time. So Ruby Nathan giving chase. And D'Amizio. And the cross off the head of Ma. So for the first time tonight, Western United defending a lead. Nathan nudges it through. Grove and Abarguin. Abarguin still going. The player that brought them back from 3-2 down to 3-3. Now we're just getting confirmation here. Alyssa Daloste has gone into the book for a yellow card. Now this is because she ran on the field to celebrate that fourth goal for Western United. Well, it's nervy moments on the Western bench. Catherine Zimmerman, Hieda, goal scorers there. Taranto turning. Can they seal at Western United? What would be a famous victory? 3 times they were behind. 3 times they fought back, and then eventually they get the 4th to go in front. And there's Daloste coming onto the field. Might have even been a head clash there.
Substitution for Western United, coming off number 9, Sarah Exby.
And it's Eggersvik who's just being ushered off here by Caitlin Williams. And it's Melissa Taranto coming on to help sandbag these final 3 minutes. Legazzo And Ibarguen, this is a free kick for Western. It'll take more time out of the clock. Yellow card as well. Now it's Canberra who are cutting frustrated figures. Bethany Gordon broke a 2-year goal drought in the first half. It seems like an age ago now. So Taranto, this is Melissa. I should say Adriana, the two twins. It's Adriana to take the free kick. And she is taking all the time she possibly can. They're just going to take it down to the corner. It would seem that is the option here for Western United. Medwin down to the corner. Stanic, Floody. And this will be a Canberra throw. And Legazzo just wants to take a few more seconds off the watch. Confirmation of that yellow card for Asen. Well, Canberra will not be able to believe what has happened here tonight. 3 times leading. And now they're behind 4-3. Legazzo fighting and scrapping. This will be a Canberra throw. Ruby Nathan flicking it on. And another Western free kick. They're almost there, Western United. So from potentially being outside the top 6 by the end of the weekend, Western United taking a massive step here towards sealing a spot in the finals. That is how tight it is in season 17 of the Ninja A-League. Taranto down towards the corner. That's where Medwin is headed. Canberra have got to go all the way down the other end of the field. Medwin, Taylor Young, only one way for Canberra. And that is straight to their coach. And he knows it's probably all over here for his side. Well, it is one of their great performances. Western United, 3 times they were behind. 1-0, 2-1, 3-2. But every time, Kat Smith's team fought back to equalise. And then they were able to find the match winner in the final 10 minutes. Di Demizio playing a massive role in the own goal. Ibarguen getting on the score sheet for the first time in her Ninja A-League career. So too did Hieda, her first goal of the season. And Catherine Zimmerman with a bomb from outside the box in what will go down as one of their greatest performances in their short history. Western United in the Ninja A-League. A result which locks them in, and they will not be dislodged from 4th place by the end of the weekend. And that is a huge step they take towards playing finals football again this season. Well, it is a tough night for Canberra. Sally James, her reaction says it all. And you can see Chloe Legazzo sporting the damage from what was a really challenging night for her team. Looked as though she dislocated her finger a couple of times. Full time at Ironbark Fields, Western United with a famous victory in their history. 4-3, they beat Canberra United.
Thank you all for joining us here at Ironbark Fields for this Friday evening's clash, and what a clash that it was.
And let's have a look back at the goals in this one. And it all began very early. Beth Gordon hadn't scored in nearly 2 years. And what a moment that was from a Canberra United perspective. Lincoln slipping over, Bethany Gordon taking full advantage.